I just want to say a great big welcome to the first of our Making Time for Manuba sessions. I hope you really find this fun because we're missing seeing each other, and it's going to be a really great opportunity for you to engage with us here at Hope Community Church and the under fives. So I just want to say, to start off, we're going to make something really fun today. And I'm sure all of you, or many of you, have been making rainbows this week to put up in your windows for people walking by when they go on their daily walks. I've got one in my window too. And have you thought about what makes a rainbow? First of all, you need some rain. So we're going to make something later that sounds just like rain. And we need sunshine as well. I suppose you can see the sunshine coming through my window behind me. But here we go. All the things we're going to be making, you can make with simple things from your cupboard. I'm sure all of you eat loads of cereal. So you might need a cereal box at some point. Other brands of cereal are available. And you might need coloured paper. But if you haven't got coloured paper, I'm sure you've all got some crayons, or some felt tips, or some pencils, so you can easily make coloured paper by just colouring in a piece of white paper. You'll need a glue stick or two. If you haven't got glue, when I was a child, we used to actually make glue out of flour and water. So if you haven't got any glue, make your own. You're probably going to need at some point a pair of scissors. Grown-ups, you can use the big ones. Children, you can use the small ones. Okay. You might need, during some of our sessions, some sellotape. Otherwise, I'm going to try and use all materials that you can find at home, just from your cupboard and from places around the house. I don't want you to have to think about, oh no, I haven't got that, I've got to go to the craft shop. Because as we know, at the moment, all the shops are shut. So, sorry, you've just got to use what we've got. So, no more messing about, no more chatting, we're going to get started. Today, we're going to make, first of all, a sunshine. It's very, very easy. Paper plate. Oh, sorry, I've just been told to turn it round by my cameraman. Paper plate. If you haven't got a paper plate, use a circle of some description. This is the lid to my tea bags, or cereal bowl, or anything round, a tea plate, anything like that. And you can draw that on your cereal box, and then you've got a circle, so you don't always need a paper plate. I've used a paper plate because anyone who knows me knows that I have a really big craft stash. So here we go, paper plate. First thing you do, take your paper plate and draw yourself a lovely smiley face on it. Let's see if I can find a black pen or a crayon. Let's use a crayon. So lovely smiley face, 2 eyes, great big smiley mouth, and a nose. There we go. Lots of big smiley faces. There we go. Move it out of the way. No, I don't want to. Yeah. So, what do you think the next step we need to do? We need to make our sunshiny bits, don't we, for around the edge. Here we go. I've used tissue paper here. So I had a little square of tissue paper, only about that big. So I just folded it, and folded it, and folded it, and folded it again. And then, if you're big enough to use scissors, you can cut yourself just a little shape, a bit like a diamond. That's got 3 sides, isn't it? A diamond or a triangle. There we go. Just cut the edges off, just cut the end off because that's got the foldy bits on. So I've made a few little shapes like that. So they're a bit like triangles, aren't they? Right, so we've got our smiley face and we're ready to stick our triangles on. So here we go. Take our glue stick. Glue all the way round. Don't forget, you don't have to do it as quick as me. You can stop the video at any time and then come back and join me later. So then we just stick our shapes all the way around the outside. And I'm sure those of you who are grown-ups will know exactly what I'm going to say in a minute. Here's one I made earlier. So any of you who used to watch Blue Peter back in the day, here's one I made earlier. So then we carry on, just sticking our triangles all the way around the edge. Don't forget, as I said, if you haven't got any yellow tissue paper, you haven't got any yellow paper, got some yellow paper here as well which you could use. Have you got any yellow tissues at home maybe? Or you might have a yellow serviette or something like that. Or you can just use a piece of white paper, get your crayon, colour it yellow and then cut that out. So there's lots of ways to make this. Now, you can either stick this in your window next to your rainbow for next week for people to see, or I'm sure some of you are feeling a bit sad because you might not be able to visit your grandparents this week, or someone that you really have been used to visiting. And I tell you what, I think they're probably sad to not be able to see you too. But a great idea. Pop this in an envelope with a lovely, lovely letter saying lots of love from you to your grandparents, and I'm sure that will brighten up their day. So there we go. That's our first craft. So that's our sunshine done. Now, right, so we've made our sunshine, and not only sunshine makes a rainbow, but we need rain as well. And who's heard the rain banging on their roof? In this room here where I'm standing, we used to have a plastic roof on here, and the noise when it rained was terrible, but it's all much better now. But we're going to make rain shakers. Perhaps I should shake it and not talk at the same time. But here we go. I've made my shaker out of a little plastic bottle here that I had at home, but you can make it out of all sorts of things. If you have an empty water bottle or a Coke bottle or something like that with a screw lid, that's ideal. If you haven't got anything like that, 2 yogurt pots stuck together, ideal. Also 2 plastic cups or something like that. Be careful when you're sticking that together, it's a bit tricky. You probably need your grown-ups to help you with that. If you've got a plastic tub with a lid on, that again is ideal. You can use it with a toilet roll tube with some plastic around the ends. And you can even use an empty box. Anything that seals and it makes a noise when you rattle it. Now for the rattly bits inside, you need either a bit of rice, if you can spare it, because I think it's a bit short in the shops at the moment, or some pasta, that makes a good noise. If you've got any beads or buttons, any dried peas, anything that makes a rattly noise. So, I've done mine with a little plastic pot here. So, very, very simple. Take your plastic pot, put your filling in that you're going to use. Or just meant to warn you that while we're videoing this, you may find that we'll have a few visitors coming into the room, because I have got 2 cats, so they might come and join us because they might be a bit jealous. So there you've got your rattly bit. And then you just decorate it with whatever you've got at home. If you've got any stickers, I have some coloured shapes here, which is what I've used on this one, some sticky shapes. Or anything you've got. You can cut up bits of paper, stick on bits of tissue, you can use cut up bits of magazines, anything that you've got around the house, and make a great shaker. So that's so simple. Just carry on, make your shaker and meet me back here. So we've got our shakers, we've got our sunshine, and that together makes our rainbow. Now, there's a particular rainbow in the Bible. There's a Bible story which tells us all about a man called Noah. So you might like to look up that story in the Bible. It's in Genesis chapter 6 and it starts at verse 9. The particular bit about the rainbow is Genesis chapter 9 and it's verse 13. It tells us how God put that rainbow in the sky to tell everybody how much he loves us. And I think that's something for us to remember this week. We all might be feeling a bit scared, but don't forget, after all this stormy time, the rainbow is coming. Now parents, you might find that your children actually engage better with watching a small cartoon or something like that. So you can check out YouTube, and on YouTube, if you just type in Bible Story of Noah for children, you'll get all sorts of clips that will come up there. And it's highly recommended because they're just fun. Some of them are a bit American, but yeah, it's a really good source to really boost your teaching. Just to add one thing, as we're thanking God this week for sending that rainbow at the end of the storm, I just wonder if you'd like to think about your prayer time this week and look at what I have here. I've got a teaspoon. Now, teaspoon, when we look at a recipe, when your mummies are looking at a recipe to make a cake or something, and it says TSP, that means teaspoon. So that's what I'm going to think about. So the T, when you're praying, you can say thank you. Thank you for all the things that God has given us this week, all the things we can be thankful for. Now, I know someone out there, I think Lawrence Crowe has been sending messages to Elizabeth thanking God for his trains this week. So thanks, Lawrence, for that. That's fantastic. So we've got T to say thank you. We've got S to say sorry. So sorry for all the things we've done wrong or all the things we should have done that we didn't. And the next one is P, so please. So then we can come to God and say, please, do things for other people. Please, help someone who's sick. Please, for anything that we need. Give us enough food to eat and things like that. So if you want to pray this week, think of a teaspoon. And that's thank you, sorry, and please. And if you've got any feedback for us, if you'd like to write a small email or something like that to the church, we'd love to hear from you and any more ideas you may have how to make this more fun for you. Thanks a lot then. Bye.